Yo, bromandos. So I think it's important every once in a while to make a more laid-back, personal video that informs you of where this channel is headed and what you can expect from me. And I apologize because a video like this would really be better as a live stream, something where I could interface with you all directly, but believe it or not, I'm still running this whole channel off the really crappy computer I've had all along from the very beginning, so it's just easier if I do it this way. First things first, I want to take a moment to offer some clarification on the video I released New Year's Eve, 5 People It's Okay to Hate in 2018. So, it's pretty obvious from the response that most people understood that it was meant to be a joke, that I'm making fun of the media by mimicking how they attempt to conduct propaganda and therefore ridiculing them. However, it did occur to me that in attempts to troll YouTube's sort of general audience, around New Year's Eve, that I'm consequently, trolling my own, some of whom may not watch me very much since I'm still a very small channel that they might be subscribed to. So I'm going to speak, more frankly for a few minutes about what I actually believe regarding the media. The media is full of liars, and Hollywood is full of hypocrites. And I will be giving some thoughts on the Golden Globes here in a few minutes. And I originally thought about making a video about the Golden Globes, but honestly, most of what happened was really petty, so you're gonna get it here. But yeah, anyway, the entire video, 5 People It's Okay to Hate in 2018, is satirical. I'm making fun of the liars and bigots in the mainstream media outlets who consistently put out propaganda saying stuff like, "Oh, the internet is filled with Nazis. Oh, you can't trust Whitey. He's out to get you." No, it's not. No, they aren't. I'm sorry to inform you if you still actually take what these people tell you at face value, but they are not your friends. You are being lied to for political and monetary gain. All you need to do is look at the recent reportings of President Trump allegedly calling countries like Haiti a shithole. And for those of you who are, more used to the content I put out here, I'm gonna leave social commentary for a moment. I'm gonna kind of tread into the political commentary waters, if you will. So, some reports are saying that, he also included El Salvador and African nations. Other reports say, he didn't say that about either of them, but Africa only. There's some contradictions in the headlines, but the main gist is, we're back to square one, which is Trump is a raging racist because he called Haiti a shithole. Yeah. Point? I mean, all you have to do is read anything about the living conditions in Haiti and you'll reach the same conclusion in about 5 minutes. So how is accurately describing those living conditions of a country in, a word racist? Oh, well, it's because it's a black country. Trump hates black people. Later that day, Trump is making MLK a national holiday. So yeah, if the dude's racist, he really sucks at it. No, describing third world nations, riddled with problems as shitholes is not racist, it's accurate. That's assuming that he actually said this, of course. We don't actually know. This is coming from an anonymous source in the media who, according to the Miami Herald, also added El Salvador to the mix. Which is it? No. To all the people who are claiming to be outraged by this, yeah, I think you all are full of shit. I think in private conversations, you all agree openly that many third world nations are shitty places to live, and you're thankful you're not from there. I guarantee you people like Don Lemon, living his 6-figure cushy New York life, think that in private, which is, again, why he's full of shit. So are people like Sean Penn, by the way, when he calls the president the enemy of compassion. Yeah, okay. So I guess everyone in the world is just an American citizen waiting to get here, Sean, and therefore, not taking those in the poorer countries first is just inhumane. Yeah, it's not quite how it works, Sean. Maybe you don't get that living your life as a celebrity worth millions of dollars. While I'm on the topic of offensive language, let me go ahead and say, since this video is more about me just sort of clarifying what I think, that I don't believe in hate speech. Actually, there's no such thing as hate speech. No one can legally define what hate speech is because it doesn't exist. There's only speech, and while someone can definitely use it to be an asshole, as long as they aren't advocating for violence, it's still covered by the Constitution. Again, people like the media who advocate for censorship based on hate speech are doing so for political power, not because they're actually offended. Like saying, "Oh, these YouTubers don't agree with my viewpoints, they must be stopped," doesn't sound that compelling, so they have to invent newspeak terms like hate speech to get people to support the idea of censoring others. The idea that a Nazi is someone who believes in freedom of speech or is willing to debate a white identitarian is completely nuts. Like, that's like saying, okay, well, when you talk, you clearly hate Nazis, but because you were willing to go to a debate to try to expose the ideas of one in public, well, unfortunately, that makes you a Nazi too. See, that sounds really, really stupid, but just, look at the backlash Andy Worski, Styx Hexenhammer, one of my favorite content creators, of course, and Sargon got for talking to Richard Spencer, who's not even a neo-Nazi. Like, hey, surprise! There's more than one sect of white identitarianism. Yeah, everyone you dislike isn't as one-dimensional as you think they are. So yeah, moving forward, you're going to continue to see content from me attacking the media, attacking openly or satirizing the propaganda they put out. Obviously, I'm going to continue to attack Hollywood. Yeah, that goes without saying. When people refer to branches of the mainstream in our culture, they'll typically refer to them as education, the media, and Hollywood, or the entertainment industry at large. Well, I always thought that Hollywood would outlast the media, but now after seeing what happened at the Golden Globes, I'm honestly not so sure. For those of you who didn't see, so all the women in Hollywood showed up dressed in black as if they were holding a funeral for their careers or something. But seriously, they all dressed in black to show solidarity for the victims of sexual harassment. Well, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, it's a bit dramatic and on its own doesn't really accomplish anything, but there's nothing wrong with it. However, they spend the rest of the awards ceremony then demonizing all men. So instead of focusing on bringing awareness to the victims of sexual harassment and assault, all they managed to do really was be divisive and vitriolic. And here's the problem I have with these actresses and their Time's Up movement stuff. So on one hand, you say that it's high time we have a conversation about sexual harassment, that for far too long it's been perfectly acceptable for men to sexually abuse women, which is bullshit, by the way. It's still a commonly known thing in society that if you go around abusing women, you're asking to get your ass kicked. But Hollywood says it's high time we've had a conversation. Well, okay, but see, then they turn around in the same breath and say they had no idea it was ever happening. Oh no, not me. I had no idea what Weinstein was doing. I had no idea he was a pervert. Now, isn't that kind of a convenient problem? People making public jokes calling out Harvey Weinstein from time to time, but yet none of them knew. Yeah, bullshit. But let's just say that they didn't for a moment. Okay, so now that Hollywood is this horrible, corrupt place that abuses women and is also racist towards non-white people, why do you still want to be a part of it? That's kind of really hypocritical, don't you think? And this is the part where people are going to tell me, "Yeah, but THOMPSONATOR, Hollywood is where the movies are made, so they want to be part of that movement." Yeah, again, bullshit. Go start your own movement. Don't be a part of the corrupt system. Go outside and attack the system. Every good artist understands that. You don't have to be a part of Hollywood to make movies. Yeah, I swear half these people don't even make movies anymore. Like, they just show up to their industry trade shows to keep up appearances. Most of them are completely irrelevant. Maybe that's why these award ceremonies keep turning into social justice jihads, where the entire focus of the show is the social or political issue instead of the awards themselves. So yeah, I'm going to continue to attack Hollywood too, the talentless cesspool that it's become. I've got, a little something planned for the Oscars this year that I hope you all will like. I think you will. I'll also tell you this. Going into 2018, I am far busier than I've ever been in before in my adult life. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, it keeps me active and moving forward, more quickly than if I just had a lot of free time to lay around. It just means I have to be smarter about the content I make, I guess. And on that note, I do realize that some bromandos care mostly about the Macho Meter movie reviews and action movie content I make, and I will tell you that those obviously, take me longer to produce, but I'm going to still make them. And I don't care if they don't get as many views as the social commentary stuff gets. It's important that if I'm going to be extremely critical of the mainstream culture that exists now, that I provide examples of what I think would be better by comparison. You know, hopefully be a part of the solution and not just the guy who points out the problems. Anyways, thanks for watching, Bromandos. Once again, I'm THOMPSONATOR. If this is your first time watching me, then feel free to stick around, and I'll see you all again soon for more action.